Now on CoastTV News.
We have chilly 40s and 50s inland this morning with 60s at the beaches. Big temperature difference. Everyone will be enjoying more nice weather today through Thursday, then some rain into the weekend. Details coming up.
Beach access for all. Details about new mobility mats being tested out in Rehoboth Beach.
Early voting expands. We have the new hours. Delawareans can go to the polls during the early voting period for the state's primary.
Avenue awaits asphalt. We look at the paving plans in Rehoboth Beach and some of the concerns there from businesses.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we are making our way in the 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley. It is a Wednesday, September 4th, 2024.
Chilly start to the morning.
Yeah.
Clear skies, great skies this morning. Looks like we are working on another very comfortable day today.
I think so too. I mean, how often is it that we all kind of agree, like, hey, this is nice?
Yeah, I like it.
I
No
like it
AC.
too.
I'm a big fan. I said it earlier if you're just joining us. Love not running that air conditioning.
Definitely. Saves you money, right? And then it also just feels good.
Yes.
Some fresh air in
Get
there.
the breeze coming in.
The breeze coming in.
Absolutely.
My issue is my dog runs through our screens. So I can't always.
We have to kind of not open all the way because
Yeah.
our cats like to claw, sometimes climb up those screens. So you got to keep your eye out for your pets there.
Yeah, definitely. So if you have crazy pets like us, maybe you're like, I'll keep those windows closed. But Bob, for other people who have well-behaved animals, they can have their windows open today.
They don't have their dogs running through screens. That's always a good thing. And we are moving into the season where, you're not cranking the AC anymore, but you're not really cranking the heat. So the bills are lower. That's certainly good. But maybe the heat kicking on inland areas where we've got upper 40s and lower 50s. But then closer to the coast, upper 60s from Ocean City to Rehoboth with a bit of an easterly breeze there. In fact, 19 miles per hour, the wind in Indian River Inlet, gusting over 20. But those winds are lighter inland areas. We are seeing some of those high wispy clouds moving through. That'll be the case for today, but high pressure still in charge. And at times those clouds could be a little thicker, and then other times we'll see the sun. So that'll be the case as we go through the day. By late morning, we're into the low 70s. And then by this afternoon, mid 70s, maybe upper 70s well inland. And then right along the coast, we're into the low to mid 70s and still that persistent onshore wind. UV index sponsored by Ocean City. It's an 8 today, very high. So burn time is only 10 minutes. So that September sun is still strong. It's strong today. The UV levels do dip a little bit into Saturday with the rain, but then bounce up again on into Sunday. But be extra careful in the sun, especially when we're in that very high range.
Will do, Bob. Thank you. Now, although the busy summer season coming to an end, Rehoboth Beach, they're actually testing out a new beach mobility mat in order to improve beach accessibility.
And Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Rehoboth Beach. Lisa, the city has used beach mats before. So what's so different about these new mats?
Matt and Paige, I'm currently walking on one of the new beach mats that is being tested out here in Rehoboth. And the city says the difference between these mats and the blue ones that we're used to seeing is these are actually eco-friendly and they're made from cocoa. And the city is testing out 2 of these tan mats at the access points on Rehoboth Avenue. And the city says it believes these mats will likely be less slippery when they get wet. One Rehoboth Beach local says beach mats are so important because not everyone can walk on the sand easily.
My mom is 89 and my sister brought her last weekend and she would not be able to go to the beach unless there was a mat.
Before the city decides to make the switch to these mats, they want to hear the community's feedback, and you can give your input on the Reach Out Rehoboth platform. Back to you.
Lisa Weber, thank you. One of the final school districts on Delmarva to begin the new school year is Cape Henlopen. Wednesday is the first day of classes for all grades there, as school buses can now operate now that we are beyond the big part of the summer season. Some other districts have staggered starts this week in Delmarva, kindergarten through 4th grade, and 7th through 12th. They have their first day today. The other grades started yesterday, Tuesday. All elementary school grades are reporting today in the Indian River School District, as are 7th and 8th and 10th through 12th grades.
Now, you may remember Cape Henlopen School District. They were looking to expand. The district wants to purchase over 100 acres off Plantation Road and on Grove Road. Now, the new location, it would be home potentially to a new district office building, a bus facility, or swimming pool. It would cost over $15 million to purchase, and the district is looking for the state to put up to 60%. According to the district, they expect to hear back from the state in November.
The Indian River School District reminding parents there will be breakfast served every day at school. Students will be required to pay for breakfast and lunch unless they qualify for the federal free and reduced lunch program. Those families that qualify, they can submit a meal benefit form, and Indian River reminds parents that there is not breakfast on days where there is a delay.
Early voting for Delawareans, primary election kicked off last week. We have an important update for you, though. You'll need to hear if you plan on hitting the polls ahead of September 10th. Beginning today to the 8th, early voting hours are from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. To vote, you must be registered and affiliated with the Democratic or Republican parties. You can visit our website to learn where early voting locations are in Sussex County.
After 20 years, Rehoboth Avenue will be repaved in Rehoboth Beach, just a matter of weeks. However, this has sparked concerns from several businesses due to the disruption of traffic flow on the busiest road in the city. Rehoboth Beach's Director of Public Works says the city considered when they planned for this project.
So it's a significant job, and it hasn't been done in over 20 years, so it's a good thing to get done. And the work is going to be done at night, starting at 6 p.m. In the hope that does minimize the effect on the businesses.
And the work is expected to start around October 1st. City says they hope to have the work done before winter. Also in Rehoboth Beach, the city will be replacing the water main and associated piping. It's in the ocean block of Maryland Avenue. On Maryland Avenue, it begins next month. Actually, begins this month, my bad. Property owners will be mailed a letter with more information, including the expectation of water outages.
Parking in Fenwick Island, it's sparking some conversation among city leaders. Restaurants and shops at night, they're busy apparently, though, leaving little to no free parking spaces outside certain businesses. So now some employees and paying customers, well, they only have one option for parking, and that's the metered spaces. All that is why the Fenwick Island Business Committee is now discussing possible changes to ensure all parking spaces are utilized. The head of that committee explains what those changes might be.
The parking permit is required, or metered parking is required from 8:30 until 10 o'clock at night. One of the Business Concerns Committee members asked if we could change the parking from that to 8:30 to 5 p.m. so there would be free parking after 5 p.m.
The committee has yet to make any changes to parking in Fenwick Island, but said they will be discussing it further during their next meeting.
Also in Fenwick Island, people there are being warned about a new phone scam. The Fenwick Island Police Department reports that an out-of-town visitor received a call from a scammer claiming to be a police sergeant. And get this part here. The scammer said that her son was in a serious car accident and was being airlifted to the hospital. Now, fortunately, the woman was with her son at the time that this call came in and knew this was a scam. The police are warning against sharing personal information over the phone and say you should wait to post vacation photos until you are back home.
This morning, Millsboro police will continue searching for a man they say posed as a delivery driver at the Old Landing Apartments on August 27th. We're going to show you now on your screen. Millsboro police say that this man waited until a FedEx truck pulled away to get out of his blue sedan toward the home. After a few moments, he then takes the packages from the front door and then just walks back into his car, and he pulls away. Anyone with any information about the identity of the person you see on your screen, you're asked to contact the Millsboro Police Department.
In a symbolic move, the U.S. Department of Justice has brought new charges against Hamas leaders for their involvement in the October 7th terrorist attacks on Israel.
Yeah, meanwhile, in Israel, hundreds of thousands of protesters, they're blaming Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for the deaths of Hamas-held hostages over the weekend. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what some U.S. leaders say about the future of this war.
The Justice Department indicting 6 leaders of Hamas on terrorism charges related to the October 7th attack.
We will pursue the terrorists responsible for murdering Americans and those who illegally provide them with material support for the rest of their lives.
A vigil in the nation's capital Tuesday night honoring the 6 hostages killed in Gaza and the victims still being held by Hamas. Loved ones and the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, among those in attendance. People across the world calling for the conflict to end.
The people have had enough.
There's growing pressure for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to do more to reach a ceasefire deal. He's refusing to withdraw Israeli troops from the Egypt-Gaza border.
There's no reason for optimism, no matter how hard the United States pushes. Hamas doesn't want a deal. This Israeli government doesn't want a deal.
The U.S. making its stance clear.
It is time to finalize that deal. The people of Israel cannot afford to wait any longer. The Palestinian people, who are also suffering the terrible effects of this war, cannot afford to wait any longer. The world cannot afford to wait any longer.
The Justice Department warning its investigation into acts of terrorism and murder will continue.
These actions will not be our last. The Justice Department has a long memory.
After nearly 11 months of fighting, mourners say they will never forget those lost in the war. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And we're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, information on where you can find a new furry friend in Sussex County. This is part of a Clear the Shelter event.
Also, the Lewis Library Pavilion. It's currently in progress, what the new space will be used for.
And TikTok trend encourages fraud. We'll tell you about a new trend that Chase Bank says is actually check fraud. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Shower glass. Our name says it all. We provide the best custom shower glass on the shore in a fraction of the time, and our reviews prove it.
Shower glass delivers the best fit, finish, and fastest service.
Reliable scheduling, competitive pricing, the best in the business.
They're the only one we call for shower glass.
Frameless beauty with speed, accuracy, and lifetime warranties. Shower glass. It's all we do. Visit showerglassdoors.net to schedule your free consultation.
Positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network, coach who makes a difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
In Delaware, a family earning $67,000 a year pays the same tax rate as one making $67 million. I'm Matt Meyer, and you don't have to be a former math teacher to know that's an outrage. As governor, I'll make the super wealthy pay more in taxes so working people can pay less. By making state taxes more fair, we'll help more families get ahead. It's not just smart math, it's the right thing to do.
Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
Welcome to Kelly's Outdoors, your local outdoor superstore in Millsboro. We carry everything you need this hunting season, from waterfowling gear to deer hunting essentials, bows, tree stands, ammo, and apparel from brands like Drake and Nomad. We also have a wide selection of saltwater and freshwater fishing gear and crabbing supplies for your next day on the water. Stop by September 21st for our Customer Appreciation Day. We'll have a food truck, store-wide discounts, over 50 giveaways, and factory reps on site. Before your next outdoor adventure, visit Kelly's Outdoors in Millsboro today.
6:13 on our chilly Wednesday morning. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Laurel, oh, look at that beautiful sky. Sun's up in about 15 minutes, 50 in Laurel. We've got some upper 40s as well, inland areas, but then closer to the coast, it's milder, upper 60s, as we do have a breeze right along the immediate coast, calmer inland areas, and it is a little gusty along the coast, so make sure you bundle up a little bit. We are seeing some of those high clouds making for a beautiful sunrise. We'll see more of those wispy clouds today, but still beautiful weather. Our Gulf forecast looking good. We're looking at lower humidity again today. A beautiful afternoon, partly cloudy and pleasant, and 75 degrees.
As you first saw on the Coast TV News app and website, after years of an ongoing investigation, insurance company Highmark has been penalized over $363,000 by the Delaware Department of Insurance. During the investigation, nearly 400 claims were identified that were found to be paid by Highmark to the subscriber or a third party, rather than the volunteer ambulance company, which is required by law. To get more information on this, you can check it out on CoastTV.com. Drivers in Millsboro, be aware of an upcoming road closure. Route 113 between Hardscrabble Road and Avenue of Honor will have overnight work on Thursday, September 12th. This is for the installation of a water line.
We have an update now to a story we brought you earlier this week. DirecTV is now offering some compensation to customers as the blackout of Disney-owned channels continues. The company is offering credits of at least $20 to its customers. On Sunday, Disney pulled ESPN and other cable channels it owns from DirecTV's lineup. This is after the two companies failed to reach a new distribution deal. All right, so get this. A viral TikTok trend is now encouraging people to commit what amounts to check fraud, and they're getting it all on video. Videos posted to the app show people getting so-called free cash from Chase ATMs. They do this by depositing checks made out to themselves for large sums of money, but then they withdraw as much as they can without exceeding that sum, leading them to believe they tricked the system. But Chase says this is actually a form of criminal check fraud. The bank says the issue's been addressed, and they're warning you, do not try to do this. Still ahead this morning, the Lewis Library Pavilion, it is in progress. How the director of the library says this new addition will benefit the city.
We're seeing the flags getting a workout along the coast again today on our tunnel and razor camp. Strong winds along the coast. Another couple of nice days in store for Delmarva. We do have some rain chances for later Friday into Saturday, and a better Sunday on the way. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up next.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Are you looking to transform your mobile home? Choosing a company that doesn't know the difference between a manufactured and a stick-built home can lead to major repairs in the future. At Delaware Mobile Home Repair, we work exclusively with manufactured homes. So whether you need your bathroom remodeled, new roofing, siding, or any other restoration or renovation on your mobile home, the team at Delaware Mobile Home Repair will get the job done right. Visit our website today and start your free estimate with Delaware Mobile Home Repair.
Feeling the summer sizzle? Is it turning your home into a sauna? At FH Fur, we know you can't wait when your AC is down for the count. That's why we're offering same-day service, guaranteed. If we don't make it to you the very same day, you will pay a diagnostic or dispatch fee, plain and simple. So whether your AC is blowing hot air, your thermostat is on the fritz, or your entire system needs replacing, an FH Fur expert technician will bring your comfort back today.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Delaware needs campaign finance reform like HB 292. So why is Bethany Hall Long silent? Maybe because she broke the law. An investigation by a former FBI chief confirms Hall Long paid herself nearly $300,000 from her campaign, then falsified records and lied about doing an audit. Tell Bethany Hall Long to support campaign finance reform bill HB 292. Paid for by Change Can't Wait PAC. Learn more about Change Can't Wait PAC at elections.delaware.gov.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Time is 6:18. We are showing you a live look now at Ocean City. Look at that shot. Great colors there. Starting to see the sunrise off the Worcester County coast. Bob, this weekend, maybe we won't see a lot of sun. I'm spoiling your weather forecast a little bit, but you will be able to see Bob, you will be able to see me, and some other Coast TV News personalities.
Yes, absolutely. Down at the Shore Living Expo, Matt, that's where we will be on Saturday. I think the weather will be conducive for that because I think it will be cloudy, kind of showery. And, of course, that's coming up this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the Civic Center in Salisbury. Crafts, vendors, demonstrations, giveaways. We'll be there meeting and greeting as well. And mostly cloudy skies expected. Could start to see some showers around the noon hour, on and off until about 3 o'clock, and then continuing after that as well. A high around 80 degrees. Won't be a washout, but maybe a little wet. But not today. We're about 75 for the high, 78 on Thursday, 80 Friday. So we are below that average of 83, in fact, right through the 5-day period. It does cool down a little bit for the weekend as we have some clouds, some rain, and a front coming through. Our muggy meter, we're comfortable today and tomorrow. Then it starts getting a little more humid as that front gets closer for the weekend, but then we drop back into the comfortable range again as we go into early next week. Look at this temperature gradient between the inland areas and the coast. Inland, it's in the upper 40s and lower 50s, but then you get to the coast with the breeze blowing off the ocean. We're into the upper 60s there, but it's feeling cooler with that breeze. That's around 10, 15, 20 miles per hour and gusts over 20. We just saw the flags out at Lewis really whipping in the wind, but lighter winds inland. And moving in from the west, we've got some high wispy clouds making for a beautiful sunrise, and those extend farther back to the west into the Ohio Valley. So you see the H's all over the place. That means nice weather for us. Just some clouds as we're looking at Futurecast warming us into the 70s this morning by early afternoon, mid-70s inland, lower 70s at the coast. So temperatures still on the cool side, especially at the beaches with that easterly wind. We're looking good for this evening. Maybe a few clouds, and then those winds turn more out of the east and southeast through the overnight, and that will tend to maybe warm us up a little bit. So I don't think we're looking at 40s tomorrow morning. It'll be a little warmer with 50s, 60s, and 70s, and then we move into your Thursday. Still that onshore wind, and temperatures a little warmer tomorrow into the upper 70s. We're looking at those winds pretty gusty, over 20 miles per hour at times right through your Wednesday. Even some of those gustier winds spilling inland as well, as I'll turn more northeast as we go into Thursday. We're looking at clouds and showers as we move into your Friday, and then I think a better chance of rain later Saturday with a cold front. Then it starts to dry out on Sunday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, dry and comfortable the next 2 days, and then some showers Friday. A better chance of that rain later Saturday, 79, dries out Sunday, and pleasant weather into early next week.
Thank you, Bob. Construction of the Lewis Public Library Pavilion well underway. This project was approved back in May by the City Council, and the pavilion aims to mimic the current indoor meeting space, and the library hopes it will be used for gatherings and educational programs. The pavilion is being paid for primarily by taxpayer money under the American Rescue Plan.
We're really at the heart of Lewis. Lewis currently does not have any type of community bandstand or local central spot for people to gather and hear cultural programming, and we've become the cultural campus here.
And the pavilion is expected to be finished in November, with events beginning in spring of 2025.
More to come this morning on Coast TV News Today. Coming up, clearing Sussex shelters. We have information on another organization having a Clear the Shelters event, and where you can find your newest furry friend. Don't go anywhere.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
When MAGA extremists took away our rights, Kyle Evans-Gay took action.
Kyle fought for her daughters and ours in the state Senate, delivering the strongest abortion protections in Delaware history.
She took on the NRA to ban assault weapons and protect our communities.
Led on securing our vote and our democracy.
I'm Kyle Evans-Gay, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor because a new generation will champion reproductive freedom and fight for our families. Let's do this, Delaware.
Avery Hall has exceeded my expectations, not only as a client, but more so probably like the care that they take. I'm in the real estate profession, and so we're always looking for industry partners to kind of continue on the kind of care and service that we provide on the real estate side. And we found that Avery Hall was just a phenomenal fit. There's obviously a continuity of service that we can expect from them. I just always feel as though I'm being taken care of. And our clients have had such a great experience with Avery Hall that there's nobody else that we really recommend.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
That's amazing.
With players just like you.
Paramedic, a retired teacher, psychiatrist.
The next super champion could be anyone. It could be you.
Oh, wow.
On Jeopardy!
New episodes September 9th on Coast TV.
If you live in Fenwick Island, you'll want to hear this next story. There will be a community forestry support meeting next week. It's at Town Hall. It's all about implementing the green infrastructure from the comprehensive plan. This is going to be hosted by the Residential Concerns Committee. A member of the Delaware Forest Service will be a guest speaker, and topics to be covered include community forestry, homeowner site evaluations for fall tree planting, and how you can get soil testing kits.
Milford is looking for input on a possible new park. There will be an open house September 12th at 5 p.m. This will be at the City Council Chambers. This park we're talking about, it'll be on over 19 acres of land. It was bought by the city on Rehoboth Boulevard. And during the open house, there will be different display boards set up showing potential amenities and park features that are under consideration.
If you're looking to adopt a pet, now is the time at Humane Animal Partners in Rehoboth Beach. Dog fees down to $50, $25 for cats. That's from now until September 10th. The Brandywine Valley SPCA has had some promos of its own, including with its Clear the Shelters Day this Saturday. That is where all fees are waived.
We are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. We're still in the summer season, at least for 2 more weeks. Yeah. Right now, it does not feel like summer.
With temperatures in the upper 40s, inland areas, you got to break out the sweatshirts and some of the heavier coats inland. But along the beaches, we're in the 60s this morning, eventually into the 70s for Fenwick Island and Ocean City. We'll see those high clouds throughout the day. Waves around 2 to 4 feet as we still have that strong onshore flow. Rip current threat is moderate, so be careful out there. Lewis and Rehoboth, you're topping out in the 70s. Next 3 days, we're warming things up in Cambridge, maybe a few showers Friday. Also warm up in Crisfield to about 80 by Friday. I think a better chance of rain as we move into the upcoming weekend. Won't wash away your plans. More in your forecast in the next half hour.
Thank you. Also coming up after the break, Rehoboth Road concerns. We're telling you about the debate between the city and locals over the paving project set to take place on Rehoboth Ave.
Cape Henlopen students returning to school today. We have details of that and also where the district is on its possible expansion proposal with the state.
And beach access for all. Why Rehoboth Beach says new beach mats it's testing out are better than those blue ones you're used to. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Right now, you can join for just $1 down, $15 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. Join today in club, online, or on the PF app for just $1 down, $15 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Hurry! Deal ends September 12th. Join now, online or at your local PF club.
Welcome to Your Space Storage at Bayside, proudly serving the beach with a unique redesigned storage experience. Enjoy our fully enclosed loading area, 24/7 access, climate-controlled units, and a revolutionary self-serve kiosk where you can check in and load in anytime, day or night. Visit us at storeatbayside.com to get your first full month free and lock in your rate for 1 full year with our Your Price Guarantee. Your Space Storage, conveniently located just 2.5 miles from the Fenwick Harris Teeter.
Now on CoastTV News.
We have chilly 40s and 50s inland this morning with 60s at the coast, a big temperature difference. Everyone will be enjoying more nice weather today through Thursday, some rain into the weekend. Details coming up.
Testing out new beach mats, how the city of Rehoboth Beach is looking to make the beach more accessible for everyone.
Businesses bracing for a paving project that concerns in Rehoboth Beach and why city officials say new asphalt is needed.
School days final group of students on Delmarva experiencing their first day of the new school year. It's today.
This is Coast TV News Today.
September 4th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
We're approaching 6:30 on this Wednesday morning. For some of you, it may seem like a shorter, or some of you with a shorter work week, it may seem like a Tuesday, actually.
Yes.
It really throws off my garbage pickup schedule. I know I could use this to look it up, Paige, but I do get lazy on matters like this.
Don't we all? Unless your trash really stinks, then you're going to remember. I've been there.
Mine doesn't, unfortunately.
It doesn't. But I mean, am I the only one? I've had weekends where it's like
I know.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you don't forget about trash day for sure. Yeah. No, I'm happy because I was off Monday. So for me, I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday. Oh, no, it's Wednesday.
So surprise.
So it's like a surprise. Yeah, it's a nice surprise. But let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey now. Bob, you and I kind of go off this meteorological fall, and it feels like it's fall today, doesn't it?
It does feel like it's fall. And kind of playing off what Matt was talking about with the garbage pickup, I know when there's a holiday falling on a weekday, it gets pushed back a day. So ours is usually Friday. Now it's Saturday. So thanks for reminding me, Matt. We are looking at chilly conditions this morning. Inland areas, 40s and 50s. Need to have that heavier jacket, 48 in Delmar, 50 in Georgetown, but upper 60s along the coast because you've got the wind coming off the relatively warmer ocean water, and those winds are gusty over 20 miles per hour at times, but the lighter winds inland, that's conducive for the cooler weather. We are seeing some high clouds making for a beautiful sunrise out there. Nothing in the way of rain. It's just high pressure and more of these high clouds as we go through the day. So as we go through the morning, we see temperatures by 10 a.m. on Futurecast in the 70s. I think we wind up in the mid-70s this afternoon inland and 70s along the coast too. We'll be in and out of those high clouds. Today's checklist, don't need the raincoat, but you need the heavy jacket inland areas, windbreaker along the coast, sweatshirt too, and also have the sunscreen. UV index is still on the higher side, and grab the sunglasses as well.
Thank you, Bob. We do have a focus on beach access in Rehoboth Beach. If you've been on one of the city's beaches, you likely have used in some form those blue mats. Those are they go over the pass on the dunes, and now Rehoboth Beach is testing out a new beach mat, mobility mat.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Rehoboth Beach. Elisa, the city's had beach mats before, so tell us what's different about these new mats.
Matt and Paige, I'm currently walking on one of the new mats that the city is currently testing out. And the city says the difference between these mats and the blue ones that we're used to seeing is these are actually eco-friendly and they're made from cocoa. And the city is testing out 2 of these mats at the access points on Rehoboth Avenue. And the city believes these mats will likely be less slippery when they get wet. And beach mats are incredibly important because not everyone can walk on the sand easily.
Yeah, definitely, Lisa. And now you said the city, they are just testing out these new mats.
Yeah, how is the city going to decide that it'll replace the mats with the ones that you are standing on?
Matt and Paige, before the city decides to make the switch to these mats, they want to hear the community's input. And you can give your feedback on the Reach Out Rehoboth platform. Back to you.
Sounds good, Elisa. Thank you so much. Now, one of the final school districts on Delmarva to begin the new school year is Cape Henlopen. Wednesday is the first day of classes for all grades there. As school buses, they now operate now that we're beyond the big part of the summer season. Some other districts, they have staggered starts this week. In Delmar, kindergarten through 4th grade and 7th through 12th, they have their first day today. The other grades, they started Tuesday. All elementary school grades, they're reporting today to the Indian River School District, as are the 7th and 8th and the 10th through 12th grades.
This year, we've covered the attempts by the Cape Henlopen School District to expand. The district wants to purchase over 100 acres off of Plantation Road and Cedar Grove Road. The new location would be home for a district office building, bus facility, and swimming pool. And it would cost over $15 million to buy it. And the district is looking for the state to put up 60% of that amount. According to the district, they expect to hear back from the state sometime in November.
Rehoboth Avenue is the focus of the city right now. The road will soon be repaved after nearly 20 years.
And however, some businesses in the area aren't happy with the timing of the road work. Coast TV News reporter Zakia Jennings shows us where the project will begin and where it will end.
Driving down Rehoboth Avenue, the road is referred to as a crown jewel in the city. Soon, it will be getting some much-needed work done, and some businesses are not happy about it. Rudolph Gonzalez works at RB Convenience. He says the timing of the repavement is the problem.
But it's going to hurt business for the reason that they're starting it after the 15th, which is the free parking. And with the repaving going on, it's going to affect parking, which pretty much is going to keep them out. It's going to bring business down. So economically, it's going to hurt us pretty much.
Rudolph says the paving is necessary, but he wishes it would have been done.
Maybe later on in the winter.
Henry Matlos, director of public works for the city, says the city considered the weather when they planned for this project.
The thing is, we want to make sure the work gets all done in one season. We wouldn't want to take a chance of, a lot of the work is weather dependent, and we wouldn't want to take a chance of starting the work too late.
The city is asking the local businesses for just one thing.
We ask the businesses, just please be patient. We'll work with you to minimize the disruption.
The road work is expected to start here at the Circle and end right here at the bandstand. Now the work is expected to start around October 1st, and the goal is to wrap up before winter comes around. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
And this brings us now to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what aspect of repaving Rehoboth Avenue this fall concerns you the most.
Yeah, here are the updated results so far. 53% of you say parking restrictions is your biggest concern. Also, a number of people chiming in on length of the project and traffic disruptions. Also getting a couple votes, Paige, on that overnight noise. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or our mobile app. And we do have more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, Salisbury parking pauses, why city officials say work is needed on a central parking garage, and how this is going to impact traffic.
Also, Sussex Central gets the win, how the Golden Knights soccer team may look to be in mid-season form.
And expanding Eastern Shore airports, which airports along our coast are set for major upgrades due to new funding. Stick with us on Coast TV News today.
We salute Danielle Ford. Danielle is a beacon of commitment and compassion, serving as an invaluable member of the EMS teams in Dagsboro, Frederica, and Bowers. Renowned for her swift response in emergency situations, Danielle balances her demanding roles with remarkable resilience. Her heart of gold and relentless spirit have not only earned her the respect of her colleagues, but also made a significant impact on the community she serves. We salute Danielle Ford for her dedication and the profound influence she has on the lives of those around her. Her service is an inspiration to all.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
What could you do with your new Amish tradesman pole building?
A garage, workshop, pool house, office, in-law suite, or just a big old toy box. The Amish Tradesman provides free custom 3D design to reflect your vision, built with Amish quality. For nearly 20 years, our Amish crew continues to operate in Southern Delaware, where we live, work, and worship. Call us today to set up your free design consultation at 302-349-5550 or get inspired online at theamishtradesman.com.
Get ready for the spookiest night of the year. Milton Zombie Fest is creeping up on October 19th starting at 4 p.m. in downtown Milton. It's a haunted Mardi Gras like you've never seen before. Bring the whole family for bone-chilling fun with live music, freak shows, food trucks, costume contests, and a laser light show that'll leave you screaming for more. Admission is free, so come join the undead for a night you won't forget. For more info, visit miltontheater.com. Sponsored by Coast TV.
Hi, I'm Delmarva Dave. We purchased this house in less than 30 days.
And I'm Christina, and the owners didn't have to make any repairs.
Inherited, overwhelmed, or on the verge of foreclosure? We can buy your home so you can move on.
We buy all sorts of property, like this mobile home, even if they're in serious disrepair.
For as-is, fast cash offers on residential or commercial property anywhere in Delmarva, check out our local 5-star reviews.
And then call or visit us at delmarvadave.com today.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath, designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
6:39 on this chilly start on our Wednesday. Beautiful shot at Hershey exteriors cam. A little bit of a breeze, and it's relatively mild along the coast with upper 60s there in Ocean City. But then we're in the upper 40s well inland, so big temperature swing, and in between everybody else is in the 50s and 60s. So just start to bundle up as you head out to the bus stop and off to work, as we are looking at breezy conditions along the coast. At times, those winds gusting over 20 miles per hour. And we're looking at high clouds moving in. We'll see these wispy high clouds pretty much all day. Another good looking day. Be careful around the buses. Stop when you see that little stop sign pop out. 51 off to school for the kiddos, dry and chilly. And they could probably carry that heavier jacket home. 74, dry and pleasant.
More taxpayer money being funneled to airports on the Eastern Shore. We're talking about over $1 million heading our way. Salisbury Regional Airport will receive $1 million to extend its runway. Easton Airport, they get about $150,000 for safety upgrades. And then Cambridge Dorchester Regional Airport, they are slated to receive about $125,000, and that's to expand operations.
As NFL fans eagerly await the season start, all eyes right now are on the Eagles' very unique season opener Friday. The Eagles will begin their season abroad, taking on the Packers in Brazil. It's scheduled for 8:15 p.m. But fans, you should note that this game, it will be broadcast exclusively on the streaming service Peacock. CoastTV, we had no decision in this airing of the game on our station.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
Fall sports are in full swing as many local squads kicked off their soccer seasons last night, and not many teams had a better start than the Sussex Central Golden Knights facing Aspira High School. Let's get right to the highlights. 7 minutes in, Caleb Perez, waiting on the doorstep for Sussex Central, taps it in to put the Golden Knights ahead 1-0. On to the midpoint of this first half, they are relentless. Jefferson Soto de Leon would get this ball in front of the net, one-on-one with the goalie, and he makes it look easy, and he also makes it 2-0 Golden Knights. And just 4 minutes later, free kick opportunity for Sussex Central. As this one's flying in, check out who's on the doorstep again. Perez there for another finishing touch. He makes it 3-0 Golden Knights. On to the second half, now 3-1 Sussex Central, corner kick chance, and it's Perez getting the rebound and whacking in his third tally of the night. The junior having an evening to remember as he makes it a 4-1 game, and that would be enough in the end for Sussex Central as the Golden Knights go on to win it 5-1, and they look for their second straight win tomorrow night, taking on St. Andrews. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Coming up tonight on DSN, game of the night. It's at 6 p.m. It's an Eastern Shore College field hockey battle, Salisbury University and Washington College. And then at 8 p.m., it's the Shorebirds and Salem Red Sox. 10:30, you can watch the final score.
Over on DSN Plus, 4 p.m., boys soccer. You can watch Salisbury School take on Pocomoke. At the same time, Smyrna at the Academy in field hockey at 5 p.m. Watch Worcester Prep boys soccer take on Indian River. We're not done at 5:30. Delmarva versus Chincoteague in girls volleyball. Then at 6, you can catch the Salisbury University field hockey game that, we just mentioned. Another quick reminder for you coming up this weekend. Get excited, Shore Living Expo. The event celebrates health, wealth, and home on Delmarva. So on your screen, as you can see, this event takes place Saturday, September 7th. It's from 10 to 4. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Here's what's coming up today at 4 on Coast Life.
We are introducing you to a group of locals and volunteers who help those who have come to our area get a better grasp on the English language.
Love that. Perfect. And of course, we know BB Healthcare always helping us out. The small things, the big things, everything in between. We're talking about the new Heartburn Center, if that's something that could help you out. All that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life.
Looking forward to that. This morning, it's chilly. The sun's on the rise in Salisbury. Some high clouds, 40s and 50s inland. So bundle up. We've got a couple more days where it's really nice, and then some rain chances for later Friday into Saturday. A better Sunday, so not a washout. I'll track it on a future cast coming up in 2 minutes.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Feeling the summer sizzle? Is it turning your home into a sauna? At FH Fur, we know you can't wait when your AC is down for the count. That's why we're offering same-day service, guaranteed. If we don't make it to you the very same day, you will pay a diagnostic or dispatch fee, plain and simple. So whether your AC is blowing hot air, your thermostat is on the fritz, or your entire system needs replacing, an FH Fur expert technician will bring your comfort back today.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
All right, it's now 6:46. We are going to take a live look now at Lewis. I'm being told it's gorgeous there in Lewis. Boom. Of course it is, Bob. Of course it is. So bring a little warmth. Not a lot of warmth, huh?
I think we'll just warm up by the sun a little bit there, Paige. Oh, boy, because it's chilly, isn't it? We need the jackets. Inland areas, we're in the 40s and 50s, 60s at the beaches, and that beautiful sunrise with the cirrus clouds building in. And the next few days, we're looking at temperatures below average. Yeah, we went from hot and humid to now the fall-like weather. 75 today, 78 on Thursday, 80 on Friday. And by the weekend, we're looking at about 79 on Saturday, cooler on Sunday, as we'll see a cool front swinging on through, and the humidity levels are still very comfortable as we go through today and tomorrow. And then as we get into Friday, we see it moving into the muggy range, maybe humid range for Saturday, and then behind a cold front, we dry it out again Sunday into early next week. So we're looking at temperatures now, a big temperature contrast, upper 60s from Rehoboth down to Bethany Beach, but then you get inland away from the wind. It's 48 in Delmar, 50 in Georgetown. You want to bundle up the kids off to the bus stop. 47 in Redden, 57 in Milford right now. You can see those gusty winds right along the coast, but they're essentially calm inland areas, but right along the coast at times gusting over 20 miles per hour. So boaters, there will be whitecaps out there. We are seeing these high clouds moving in from the west. Nothing in the way of rain associated with these clouds as we have high pressure still centered over the top of us, and we have these clouds stretching all the way back into the Midwest, and we'll continue to watch these clouds moving in, but nothing in the way of precipitation with them. Here's Futurecast this morning. We have some of the clouds and temperatures chilly and then warming into the low 70s by the 10 o'clock hour. By early afternoon, we're into the mid 70s, a little cooler at the beaches with that onshore flow, and mid 70s, maybe around 76 in Salisbury, 70 in Dewey Beach a little bit later on this afternoon. Then this evening, temperatures not dropping off as quickly because of the breeze and some of the cloud cover. A little warmer too by Thursday morning with some temperatures in the 50s, but a lot of us in the 60s and 70s. And then moving into your Thursday, in and out of the clouds, and we're looking at temperatures probably a couple degrees warmer tomorrow into the mid to upper 70s. Our winds are still persistent out of the east the next several days as we're seeing gusts over 20 miles per hour along the coast tonight, and then even into Thursday, still strong winds. And some of those stronger winds spill into our area on Thursday afternoon between low pressure to the south and high pressure to the north. And later in the the week, we have the clouds increasing on Friday. Could see some showers later Friday. And then on Saturday, we're looking at showers, I think, kind of hit and miss during the day. And then at night, maybe some heavier rain with the cold front. Then that swings through. And then Sunday is much nicer, sunny with dropping humidity levels. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 75 today, up to 78 on Thursday, 80 on Friday. I think much of the day is dry. Could be a little bit of rain for the Friday evening football games. And then Saturday showers could be heavier into the afternoon, around 79 degrees. And then Sunday it dries out, 76. It starts getting cool at night again into the 50s. And a nice start to next week with sunshine Monday and Tuesday, and temperatures a little bit below average.
All right, thank you, Bob. And as you saw on the Coast TV News app, an event called Soberfest. It's hosted by Attack Addiction. It's coming to Milton. And the free event will take place Saturday, September 14th at Hudson Fields. According to a Soberfest chairperson, the goal of this event is for Sussex County to unite, celebrate recovery, and learn about local resources. This event will have live music, bounce houses, and a cornhole tournament. And more information on this can be found on our website.
Sounds like fun. Hey, heads up, people living in Lewis. Keep an eye out for a postcard in your mailbox. The city's launching a national community survey to gather feedback on key issues like budget priorities and economic growth. The city says those postcard announcements will be mailed out this week. Your input will be helped shape the city's future.
Daytime maintenance on the downtown Salisbury parking garage. That's underway. And the city spokesman says crews will be working on the Circle Avenue garage from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the rest of this week. During that time, some parking spots, they may not be accessible, and traffic flow will be changed repeatedly. They say this work is needed for the long-term viability of the garage in Salisbury.
All right, we're coming up on 6:51. It is time this morning to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is spending these colder mornings inside. Right there, that's Teddy. And you can see Teddy enjoys napping. He's got some favorite items there. I love that pig over his head in the back there. May wait until it's a little warmer in the afternoon for that daily walk of his, and Teddy was submitted to us by Tricia in Harbison.
Teddy is adorable, and we want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
Yeah, you got that QR code at the top of your screen. Submit to your furry friends to us by scanning that, and then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is a chilly start out there, but the sun is on the rise. Beautiful sunrise over Delaware Bay, and we will warm up today. We've got a couple of more nice days on the way. Lower humidity, then some rain chances Friday into the weekend. Not a washout, and then looking good as we head into next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Come out to Jesse's Paddle on Saturday, September 21st at the Pocomoke River Canoe Company in Snow Hill, Maryland. Registration starts at 4 and boats launch at 4:30 for Jesse's Poker Paddle. Enjoy live music, a silent auction, and a swag bag for every donor. Prizes await the top poker paddle winners and best fundraisers. Help support the Jesse Clump Memorial Fund for Suicide Prevention. Visit jessespaddle.org for more details. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Go Glass. Repair, replace, upgrade, or enhance. Go Glass is your go-to for everything glass, friendly and fast. From our Infinity insulated glass windows that we bake right here on Delmarva, to auto glass, and from shower doors to beautiful glass railings, even screen porches and patio doors. Go Glass is your one-stop shop for everything glass, friendly and fast. Online at go-glass.com. We're proud to be Delmarva's #1 glass company. Go Glass.
Are leaves and debris causing issues with your gutter? No need to risk climbing a shaky ladder ever again. We have the permanent solution. Gutter Helmet, America's #1 choice in gutter protection for over 40 years. Engineered to manage the heaviest of rainfalls, letting water flow freely. And the best part, never clean your gutters again, guaranteed. The lifetime warranty is transferable, so you can rest assured that you'll never have to replace your Gutter Helmet system. And right now, save 20% on your new gutters and Gutter Helmet. Call Gutter Helmet today for your free estimate.
At BSD, we're here to serve you, our client. But did you know all that BSD has to offer? Everything for the inside and outside of your home. Decking, siding, trim, stairs, railings, hurricane shutters, kitchen and baths. And we install. As your local Anderson Diamond dealer, we also offer full service on all your Anderson products. Because Anderson backs their product with the best warranty in the industry. Visit one of our showrooms today and we'll show you all we have to offer.
Don't miss your big shot at huge winning with Ocean Downs Red Cup Riches. Every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday in September, 5 Club Ocean members will be selected each hour to play supersized Pong to win free play. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico.
It is 6:54. It's time for some things you need to know before you go. This morning, Millsboro police are continuing their search for a man they say posed as a delivery driver. It was at the Old Landing Apartments on August 27th. Millsboro police say this man waited until a FedEx truck pulled away to then get out of his blue sedan toward the home. But then after a few moments, he takes the package from the front door and walks back into his car and then pulls away. Anyone with any information about the identity of the person you see on your screen, please contact the Millsboro Police Department.
Early voting for Delaware's primary election kicked off last week, but here's an important update you'll need to hear if you do plan on hitting the polls ahead of September 10th. Starting today to September 8th, early voting hours are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. To vote, you must be registered and affiliated with the Democratic or Republican parties, and you can visit our website to learn where early voting locations are in Sussex County.
All right, here's a weird one for you. A viral TikTok trend. It's now encouraging people to commit what amounts to check fraud. It's all on video. Videos posted to the app are showing people get so-called free cash from Chase ATMs by depositing checks they made to themselves for large sums of money. But then they withdraw as much as they can without exceeding that sum. That leads them to believe they've tricked the system. But Chase says this is actually a form of criminal check fraud. The bank says the issue has been addressed, and it's warning you, do not try this. Duh. All right, new photos show the dramatic decay occurring on the underwater wreckage of the Titanic.
Yeah, I saw some of this. This is pretty cool. The images were taken in July by the RMS Titanic. It's an American company that has salvage rights to the doomed vessel.
All right, yeah, they show a previously intact railing around the ship's upper deck. It's fallen off, as you can see. RMS Titanic says it will continue to preserve and document what it can as the ship's condition changes.
It led to the discovery of a 2-foot-tall bronze statue of the Roman goddess Diana, which once sat on a fireplace mantle in the Titanic's first-class lounge.
I like that. That's cool to see. That's interesting. All right, it is now 6:56. A time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, we got one final check with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy. Looking at another good one, Bob.
Yeah, looking at a great day, and it's time to break out those cold weather clothes. Inland areas still very chilly in the 40s and 50s, so sweatshirt, layer up. Kiddos off to the bus stop need to bundle up as well, as we're in the 40s and 50s. A little warmer at the beaches. Then everybody gets in the same zone temperature-wise later in the day with an east-northeast wind and temperatures into the middle 70s. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 78 on Thursday, up to 80 on Friday. Could see a few showers, especially later in the day. And then as we head into Saturday, a good day to head to the Shore Living Expo, as we'll be there. And we'll see some scattered showers, I think, picking up in intensity throughout the day, and then a stronger cold front at night. It dries out Sunday, 76, and then next week looks like smooth sailing. Lots of sunshine Monday through Wednesday, upper 70s and low 80s, and then by the end of the week, still pretty nice, partly cloudy and 78 by Friday.
Yeah, looking good, Bob. Thank you, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And then we'll be back. Coast TV News Midday is at 11, so stick with us.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, go ahead, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Wednesday morning, everybody.